Hi everyone, it's me, Jordan Long here, and today, I got a new film to talk about. Today, there's this bug, or glitch, or flaw, or whatever you want to call it, in the Euro tool, which only runs off of far wide speakers. Now, if you make a film, I don't care what film it is, it can be a film, it could be a short, a live stream, a podcast, whatever the film you make. You then go to upload this said film, short, live stream, podcast through your far wide speaker, and you then hear nothing, as if you didn't say nothing, as you didn't speak anything, and you know that you're not hushed. You know that you did speak, and you know that you did hear yourself speak, and you heard everything else. And at first you might think, oh, something's wrong with my loudness settings in my far wide speaker or in the small speaker web shooter. And you go into all the settings and they're all up, and the way that you either the way they were when you bought it or the way you left them or you set them, whatever. So you know that you did not do that. So then you might just think it's a glitch, a bug in that one film. So you make another film again, and the same thing happens. And then you learn, oh shit, it's the tool having that bug, flaw, or glitch, and it's not my far wide speaker. So you go, and you go, oh shit, that means I'm gonna have to make a film through my web shooter, through my reckoner, if you have a reckoner. If you don't, well then you're not going to be making any films. You can make them, but no one's going to hear anything. You're not going to hear anything, and God forbid, I don't think anybody else will hear anything, even if it uploads and fillets and becomes playable. You know? So it goes like, let me bring my friend back in again. Let me bring in Ella, I guess. Ella, what's going on? I think there's a bug in the Euro, tool that all web shooters, all far wide speakers who meet the standard have. No need if they got Google Android or Apple iOS. Oh, and this bug, it makes it where your short film, live stream, podcast is hushless. Like someone hushed it. Like someone went through and hushed it. But hey, it's the tool misbehaving. It's not your far wide speaker loudness settings, and it's not the small speaker in the web shooter of your far wide speaker loudness settings. So don't be playing around with any of those. Yeah, well, sadly, Ella, there are going to be those out there who will play around with the loudness settings of their far wide speaker, of the loudness settings of their, of their web shooter in their reckoner. If you a web shooter in the far wide speaker, or as if it is called a web shooter in your far wide speaker, I guess. Um, You know how I know it's a flaw on the tool? Because I made a film, I played it back before I went into the Euro tool, and I heard myself say hello. That's how I know, oh, it's a bug, a flaw, a glitch in the Euro tool, and not some bug, flaw, or glitch of my far wide speaker's loudness settings, either for the speaker or for the small wide speaker in the web shooter and the far wide speaker. Yeah, we're going to have to work on that. Our tool always gets flaws and bugs in it as much as a website does, and most likely gets more. Because most folks these days are most likely uploading and watching films through the tool as much as they're uploading and watching films through the website. So we're going to have to work on that. Well, what do you think folks should do? send feedback and let us know, and then we'll work on it. Yeah, that's the only thing you can do. Yeah, I would think so. That some folks out there are going to start sending feedback in whatever time zone they happen to be in, when this glitch or bug or flaw or whatever it was happened. Yeah, it sucks. I'm sorry. So, yeah, folks, it's not your web shooter, and it's not your film shooter and your far wide speaker. It's the Euro tool, you know. So don't play around with your loudness settings of your speaker or your web shooter or film shooter, whatever it is in your far wide speaker, because it's not your tools. It's the Euro website, Euro tool, and its glitch and its bug.